So what do you think about it all, Paxi? What a strange world we live in. dm666 here, David Brian Mueller, Columbia, Illinois. Here in my what had been my studio. I mean, there's not much left of it now. I'm in the dire straits here, but I'm trying to get this set up. I'm gonna be some. Right now, I'm to eat my dinner. I guess so. Pizza bread and some fish sticks to my dinner. I guess so. Pizza bread and some fish sticks that my one sister was kind enough to bring by. Now let's see. Get this baby hooked up here. Get something to look at. Oh, oh, can they see this? I wonder. Too well, huh? Here, let's try it like this. Oh, the other way, maybe. So, volume knobs on that side. It always flops off there, though. We'll see what happens. Knobs on that side. It always flops off there, though. We'll see what happens. Sunday, November 25th. Oh, well, let me see something here. Okay, never mind. I'm trying to make sure that is the chat on and everything. What, there it is. Is that it? Oh, I'm trying to hang in there, domestic guys. I'm trying. Let me set up some stuff here. I want to share some stuff with you all here in a few moments. So let me give me a few minutes here, though. I'm just starting out here. I wonder if I could get this at a better angle without dropping it, or maybe not. Maybe. I've been worried, huh? Thanks a lot. See, somebody cares. Hey, oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. Oh, there we go. We still there? Yeah, we're still in there. Okay. Now, let's see if we can make this better here. Let's see. See, this thing isn't tilted like I want it exactly. See, there's a little bit. Oh, there it is. A little bit better. Yeah. That'll work better. There we go. Again, this is dm666, David Brian Mueller, Columbia, Illinois. I'm going to give you some status update and stuff here. There's been a lot going on. Some interesting things happening. Let's see. See, this might help. Oh, that's going to go the other way, though, isn't it? It's not going to go the direction I wanted. Because this one, for some reason, it'll only go that way. It won't tilt the other way. This particular app. I don't know why. Well, we'll try it a different way then. What I'm trying to do. I know what to do here. We'll do it this way, baby. Oh, let's see here. I know these are primitive ways to do these things. That's what you do when you. This is all the techno. Where's all my thumbnails there? What happened to them on there? That's strange. All my thumbnails disappeared from my YouTube channel. What happened there? Where are they at? That's very strange. Anyway, oh, but we don't want that mobile view. That's gets. It's not real helpful. Let's try to stay in this desktop view so I get what I want here. Okay, then we can. Okay, there's my thumbnails again. Yeah, view our channel. You know, the first thing I wanted to get into. Here's my header. Where's that night? I thought they had a nighttime kind of feature on YouTube now, or is it all white like that? I'm not sure how to find it right now. Okay, well, never mind that. Oh, don't do that. No, we don't want you. Please don't do that. Oh, I'm waiting for my check so I can get a keyboard, so I don't have to do this all with my fingers on the screen. So I can have a little Bluetooth keyboard. I had one last month, but I had to return it to Walmart because I was so penniless that I had to go get my money back from the keyboard a couple weeks after I got my check because I ran out of money. So that's why we're doing things like this. Of course, my PC it broke down several months ago, and I still have no replacement for it. Haha. Does that help? Oh, it helps her. Is that better? Bear with me for a few moments here. There. Please send help. This is a video I made. It says I made it 5 days ago. I don't know if any people viewing now. It says it indicates several. Oh, Patsy, what are you gonna do? Patsy, they gotta give me a PC. It's a video where I'm describing my situation. I don't have a PC, and so I'm telling Patsy, what are we gonna do? We don't have a PC. Please send help. And underneath it says, dm666 experiences despair and frustration on a constant basis. His desktop PC, a 64-bit Windows 10 Pro machine with 16 gigs of RAM and lots of wonderful software and many creative works waiting to be nurtured to maturity, became inoperable several months ago. He is gifted and has already produced numerous inspired creations, but nobody has taken time to notice any of his achievements, and he will remain stranded in poverty until somebody starts providing support for his important work, you know, including the work I have for sale on CD Baby. I have music for sale on Bandcamp, and I put art for sale on DeviantArt, and I've gotten no response at all to any of it, no support whatsoever. But anyway, I made this video here 5 days ago, it says. Well, actually November 19th, it says, in which I again was lamenting this situation. So now I got these interesting comments. First from view all the seven replies here. Let's see if we can zoom in on that too a bit for you. You'll be able to see it better. So this viewer going by the name Rainy Nights responded to me, be thankful for what you do have, a roof for starters, a car, etc. Now, when I investigated Rainy Nights, I went to her site, and she has, I won't do it now, but if you would click her, you would find a site that has no content whatsoever. This is one of these YouTubers. I get all these comments. It's so interesting that so often I get comments from people on YouTube who offer no content at all, but are always ready to make these comments. They're sitting there waiting for me to do something to make a comment to me. Which if you analyze it carefully, I mean, she's criticizing me basically. So saying I should be thankful for what I do have and all this. So I responded, so Rainy Nights, you maintain a YouTube channel that offers no content whatsoever, just so you can make comments to humiliate and try to guilt trip neglected and abused starving artists like me. I am thankful that I continue to have opportunities to cry out that I have been neglected, abused, misunderstood, and wrongly unappreciated, and opportunities to demand that truth and justice and liberty be allowed to prevail so that these terrible things will stop happening to me. Even now, adversaries have been threatening to also deprive me of those things you say I should be thankful for. I am thankful because I shall prevail over my adversaries, because I hold on to what is good, which is truth, justice, and liberty, and I reject that which is evil. Was my first response to Rainy Nights, where she criticized me, said, "Oh, I should just be thankful for the things I have, that presently I have a roof over my head and a car to drive, etc." She doesn't understand, first of all, the kind of emotional abuse I endure having those things from from others involved in my situation. Where my mother passed away, I live in a home. My mother said I could live here as long as I wished to. But my sister, I have 3 sisters and a brother. Well, they got an attorney. They're saying, well, they own a fifth of the house. Because my mother didn't leave a written will, but she left this verbal instruction, which they agreed to when we first met the attorney, that she had said this, that I could live here and all this. But anyway, I've had, at first, and my mother had left me a little bit of money. When money ran out, then I've endured endless emotional abuse, because my sisters, they don't understand. They want to keep me on the cheap. You know, they don't understand what it's like to be totally penniless, to be in a household. They leave me without any cash money whatsoever. They pay some bills. I agree, they pay some bills and all that. But we won't go into all that now. Let's continue our story here, though. So Rainy Nights responds again to me, laughing my ass off. "You're very wrong there, Mr. Intelligent. How ironic. No, David, I just chose to be honest and not in the least hateful. All you speak of lately is this PC you need, and I choose not to put my life on the internet. By telling you to be thankful, I have abused you." So So first of all, this is not in the correct order, but okay. But anyway, here's my sister's name is Linda Archer, and here's somebody named Linda Archer 3 days ago responded at Rainy Nights, or responding to the comment by Rainy Nights. "So Rainy Nights, you do speak the truth. David does not want to hear the truth. He has family members he constantly harasses for money, gas, tobacco, etc. We have literally spent thousands on David, plus pay all his monthly household expenses. And it's never enough for him. He calls and demands more. And when we say no, he cusses us out and says we are mean-spirited. He is never satisfied. We make sure he has a roof, warmth water. We bought him a different car when he abused the last one and drove it till it was a death trap. We make sure he has food and provide him with home-cooked meals, but it's just not enough for him. He wants an endless supply of money, and he calls us mean-spirited. No, we are just stupid for not giving one big no. A very tired of being abused family member." This person who signs her name is my sister, Linda Archer. I mean, I have so much to say about how emotionally abusive Linda Archer has been to me. I have an emotional disability, and this Linda Archer was a registered nurse, and then she would be so mean-spirited, and it would come onto YouTube here and do this to me. Would come and troll me on YouTube. It just shows that she's got a screw loose. You know, I believe. You know, she's really been very mean-spirited to me. I had a disability. My income is $500 a month. My mom said I can live in this house, and that my sister should try to take care of me a little bit until I can take care of myself. I've been trying. I try to sell records, my music, my art, but somehow I'm blacklisted. I get no support whatsoever. That they think that they're so afraid of medication. I have health issues. I buy medication to cope with. No, they think this is all just dope. When I buy over-the-counter medications to cope with my health issues, it's just dope to this registered nurse here, this Linda Archer, who was a registered nurse, as well as my other sister is a registered nurse too, has abused me too, emotionally like this, and financially, etc. But I want to go on with the current story, but she comes on with, it says I drove the car till it was a death trap. The car was her car that she told me, which was a death trap when she sold it to me. She had a mechanic who kept saying well, this car was okay. Well, it was obviously a death trap, but I had no other choice but to drive this car. And so finally, when we went to the other mechanic, he said, well, this car, it's toast and all this. That's a long other story here. We won't go into all that, all these variables here that we could. So then Rainy Nice responds again. Apparently this is somebody Linda Archer knows, or some ally of Linda Archer, whatever. Linda Archer, yes, Linda. As I see in his videos, he has never gone without. Oh yes, I'm just this spoiled affluenza guy. Ain't I? I get $500 a month. Oh boy. That is apparent. Very, very sad to say the least. As you see, my simple be thankful message was turned into a whole world of hate directed back at me, turning it into a complete hate speech from him. I am thankful daily for simple things some take advantage of. And it's sad to see those are not. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours, Linda. See, now this is out of order, though. So, but I guess, because 5 days ago, I had responded to Rainy Nice. Why is that 5 days ago coming up now? Where I had responded to Rainy Nice. This is what she's saying is hateful. Look, instead of offering me more criticism, why don't you help me out of this dilemma by purchasing some of the downloadable digital music tracks that I have produced? I offer content on CD Baby, where my artist name is David Brian Mueller, Mueller. And I also offer some of my newer tracks on Bandcamp, where my artist name is dm666. I also started posting some of my digital art, which can be purchased at DeviantArt. This is one reason why I share intimate details of my personal life online. I am trying to find a supportive audience for my musical and artistic productions. Anyway, thanks for at least noticing me at all and for expressing yourself here. This is the hateful response that Rainy Night says. This was a hateful response I gave her. And I'm not sure, was there another comment by Linda Archer here? But we're not seeing it now. Well, maybe this is expanded. So, oh. I don't know, it shows her here, but I guess she didn't say anything there. So 1 hour ago, I responded. I just discovered this, and they put this 3 days ago. So when I, as a local musician artist, ask for support, that is a hateful thing for me to do. What strange world do you two come from? And what kind of Kool-Aid are you drinking? I asked Rainy Nights and Linda Archer. Because I find their comments just very bizarre. This community I live in is very bizarre. When you're so unsupportive of a musician or an artist or anything like that, it's like you're just an absolute criminal to be a musician. That you're some total deviant criminal that you're a musician or an artist or anything like this. And that you were disabled. Well, that's just crime. That's just you wanting to live on the dole. You just got your hand out there for that check, the crazy check in the mail and all this hate I endure. Which, by the way, is, I believe I'm enduring hate crimes. That Illinois and the United States, they have laws against hate crimes against the disabled, which I was recognized as by the Social Security Administration. That I endure these kind of hate crimes on YouTube and other social media endlessly, and in my community. Well, that's what my next discussion was going to be on. Was then several nights ago, I started receiving prank phone calls. I started receiving these prank phone calls. And since I've had these terrible experiences with the Columbia, Illinois Police Department, where they've flagrantly violated my constitutional rights and used psychiatry to abuse me and to hold me down and to keep their thumb on me and to just shut me up and commit atrocities against me over more than a decade and actually much of my life, actually going back to when I was an adolescent. They've done these things to me. Horrific illegal things I believe they've done to me behind the scenes. But we're not going to go into all that now. But anyway, since I couldn't call them, I was receiving, first of all, several weeks ago, these guys started knocking on my door and running away. And then they would be laughing in the background and yelling stuff at me. And then the other night, I received these phone calls, these suspicious phone calls coming from restricted numbers. That the phone callers were the one that said he was a producer from Los Angeles, a music producer. But it calls me from this restricted phone number, 10 at night and stuff, all this stuff, which I didn't believe him, but I just played along with him. He talked to me for about an hour and tried to get all this stuff. All this stuff he got out of me is on my internet anyway, if you bother to read it and research me and know these things anyway. But obviously he did not do that. And then I received another call where this guy said that was a prank call I received from the producer, admitting that. And then the one guy's voice, he started laughing. It was the same guys who had knocked on my door and ran away here in Columbia, Illinois. They were not in California. They were here in Columbia, Illinois. And it, again, came up restricted, the phone number, though. So I decided to call the state police to see if they could find out who is this committing these phone crimes against me. This is a crime in Illinois to do this, to harass somebody by phone like this. It's a crime to do it. In fact, I was accused of that crime numerous times inappropriately by the Columbia Police Department over the last 12 years. I was arrested for that charge numerous times, inappropriately, wrongly, then. But here where it was that situation, the state police, first I get a dispatcher there, she's telling me, well, it's a civil matter. She's saying it's a civil matter. I've got her badge number here somewhere. Let me find my one notebook. I don't have that right at hand, but I can give you her badge number later on. I do have it written down in my one notebook. I believe it was something like 19611 at the Collinsville, Illinois State Police Office. That she said, oh, this is a civil matter when these people commit these crimes against me. That even though I went to jail for it and was arrested for it, and until their kangaroo court plea bargains, it was thrown out of there, but I was facing prosecution for these kind of things, even though I didn't do anything that was like that. I mean, where these people did, well, they couldn't find out what that was. Anyway, but she said it was a civil matter, and she'd have her supervisor call me. So then, and I told them how I had these problems with Columbia Police. Well, what do? Well, they call the Columbia Police and instruct them to go check on me. I did not ask for the Columbia Police to come to my house. I didn't ask for them to check on me. I asked for help from the state police because I do not trust the Columbia Police to help me. Well, here's my recent video. that I heard a knock on my door. I thought it was the pranksters that had knocked on my door. I did not know who was at the door. I go to the door, and who do I find?
Hello. Hey, David. Hey, ISP, Illinois State
Columbia Police.
Wanted us to come check on you.
Yeah, check on me.
The Illinois State Police,
Okay.
who I had told that I don't trust this
I'm
Columbia
okay.
Police. No, that's why I'm calling them. They call the Columbia Police and tell them to come check on me. That's what they do. Let's look at it a little bit more.
They just wanted to make sure that
But I received these prank phone calls. I had these guys a couple weeks ago knocking on my door, running away.
Okay.
Then I received these prank phone calls tonight, and the one guy, I could recognize the voice. It was one of the same guys who was knocking on my door.
Oh.
That one time they called me and claimed they were from a record company in Los Angeles because I got music on the internet, you know, I sell and stuff. And I just went along with it. I talked to them for about an hour. The number was restricted.
Oh.
The number came up restricted. And then they called again. And they started saying something about Dish Network and all this.
Oh.
And so then I wanted to start recording about it. I was so flummoxed by it all that I didn't get a manager to do it. It also came up restricted.
Can you lower your voice just a little bit, just because people are trying to sleep?
I've heard this numerous times. I don't think my voice was inappropriate or loud, sir.
I get it. I just don't want to wake up your neighbors.
Oh, yes, let's be concerned about them, not me.
Called you from California?
No, I believe he called me from locally. I believe it was a prank phone call. That's why I called the Illinois State Police. Could they get information from my Verizon records to find out who the restricted call came from?
Yeah, we're not able to do that. That would be something that you'd have to call like AT&T or something for, probably.
Verizon.
Yeah, or Verizon.
Verizon is my provider.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be something that you'd probably have to call them for. But
So when people harass me by telephone, you police can't do anything about it. Not even the Illinois State Police.
you could give us the phone number and we could.
It's restricted.
Well, that's the problem.
So you cannot. You're telling me. You know that I suspected the police are the ones who are doing it to me?
See
And
how
that's
it
why
cut
they
out?
won't help me?
The reason
Because
it cut
the
out.
police are behind
The
doing
reason-
this to me? They're responsible for it, aren't they? That's why the state police woman told me it's a civil matter. She said it was a civil matter. Because the police are doing this to me. Violating my rights like this. Terrorizing me. Aren't they? Aren't they, sir? Goodbye, sir. Good night. What do you think about that, American citizens? What do you think about that, American citizens? I'm supposed to be an American citizen. How come I don't have rights under the Constitution? Why? Why don't I have rights under our U.S. Constitution? Why are police allowed to do that to me? That's who I suspect does it. I don't know that, but that's who I suspect strongly.
Or another one of my suspects would be Linda Archer and her associates. Her associates. I can suspect them. You know, but I'm trying to point out though, you see the video, there was a gap in the video where some of the video split off and went to that ending portion of it. That's where the state police called me. While the Columbia police officer was on my porch, they called me. At that very moment that I'm making the YouTube streaming video, well, lo and behold, here the guy at the state police calls me then. From a restricted number, so I could not verify that he was from the state police. I have no idea who he was. He could have been the pranksters. I guess he came from the restricted number. That's why there's this bump in the video there, and why it suddenly goes off to this ending portion. And I don't know if the police did it so much. I believe they may know who did it and all that, may have all this information. Maybe they instigate some of these things. Maybe my relatives do too. These hateful relatives I have, they've been so mean to me. And I've endured so much emotional abuse because I'm poor, because I'm impoverished, because I had a disability. I have 3 college degrees. I produce music. I put it on the internet. Nobody pays attention at all. They just spit in my face. They just mock me and just make fun of me. I'm going to leave it at this for now. I'll come back later. Maybe we'll talk more about this. This is an outrageous situation, though. Thanks, folks. Bye.